Welcome to the Random Ask Podcast with your hosts, Dr. Paul Banks and Jim Mooney. And remember, always stay random-esque.
What's up, Randomies? Welcome to the Random Ask Podcast, where we say, always stay random-esque. We're your hosts, Jim and Paul. And Paul, are we in the wild?
No, we're not.
Are you sure? It's kind of rainy out.
We used to be in the wild, but this has become kind of like our...
Is this like Fakakta Wild?
Yeah, Fakakta Wild.
Fakakta Wild, okay. So we're not in the wild anymore.
Jim's Irish. He doesn't use Yiddish properly.
No, I don't use Yiddish properly. That is correct. I don't even use Irish properly. I don't use actually any English language properly because I am not very proper.
You just don't speak well in general.
I don't. Anywho, just like that. Anywho. I am Jim. This is Paul. We're your hosts, and we are here at 16 Prospect. We're here at the restaurant. Here with some randomies in tow, and they're being captured on the other monitor. So when Bridget edits, she can go back and forth and she can show their lovely faces.
We have family randomies.
You have more. You have a lot of family this time. Wow.
Family randomies.
Paul has some family randomies. He has. Are they frandummies?
I don't know.
We haven't thought of that one yet. Anyway. So we're here at 16 Prospect. Again, we always thank Tim and Chris for making this happen for us. And we'd like to just quickly thank our sponsors, and then we're going to jump right into our first bit, which is 10 thingies. So, anyway, we'd like to thank Tim and Chris here at Prospect 16. Great restaurant, great food, great atmosphere, as you can see. And, we're even shifting some of the branding of the show to the look of 16 Prospect, to more of a Toulouse-Lautrec kind of look. Although we still have this backdrop, we've been shifting some of the branding that we're doing. Just the imagery that we put out on Facebook and all. Because it shows...
I like that poster you made.
Exactly. That's a Toulouse-Lautrec-esque kind of a feel.
That was pretty cool.
Which this restaurant is very Toulouse-Lautrec.
But that was a pretty cool poster.
It's pretty cool, right? Yeah, I did that. Are you proud of me?
I've never been so proud of you. I'm proud of you.
You actually have never
Barb,
been
are you proud of him?
Super. Barb's always proud of me. Anyway, they have great food, great drinks here at the restaurant. So come on down. Their name is their address. 16
You really have a
Prospect.
problem getting the words out
I
today.
sure am, yeah. I think it's this Rockin' Joe next door that I have here.
You're not even a Coors Light, man.
And then we're going to talk about Paul's favorite sponsor.
Florham Park Dental Excellence.
Excellent. What do they like to do? Smiles for miles?
We make smiles you can see for miles.
I can see for miles and miles. I won't bore you with that song, but they've recently remodeled over there at Florham Park Excellence. So go on over and check out Paul, and I'm sure he has the Super Bowl video going 24/7. If you want to watch.
Well, I was going to show the Dallas one, but I don't have a VCR.
Yeah, we don't have a wagon train. Anyway, go on over to Dental Park, Florham Park Dental Excellence.
You really have a problem with your words tonight.
Yeah, you blend.
What's it? Wait a second.
Yeah,
hold
Paul,
on for a second. Hold on for a second.
Yeah, Paul. You blend.
Okay, just making sure there's just coffee
that
in
is
there.
cappuccino, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Paul, you blend, okay? Yeah, you blend. You stick out like a sore thumb. Anyway, then we have Minuteman Press and Clark with me, Jim, Seamus, my son, Bridget, who's here today. And we are your branding and printing partners, and everything you see on the set, you can see the embroidery work that we have going on here, the back of the set there. All these things were produced by Minuteman Press and Clark, and you can check us out at nj213.minuteman.com. That's nj213.minuteman.com.
Bridget, has the ride gotten old yet, or are you still all right with that?
Has what?
The ride. The drive to work.
Oh, the ride back and forth. I didn't know what you were talking about.
It's good, okay.
Oh, yeah. I think Bridget likes it.
Okay.
Because she kind of likes us. I hope. We are family. I hope she does. No. Bridget's really been awesome. And in fact, we even gave her some accolades today. She does follow-up emails for us on people that have run jobs this time last year. And she picked up a huge client today by doing that yesterday.
That's great.
Yeah, an 11,000 piece mailing basically that's going to go out for one of our clients that Bridget picked up. So always follow up, right?
That's great.
So I'm just going to run over what's going to go on the show. So tonight we're going to go through 10 thingies. And that's a list of things that you can actually buy on Amazon. It's pretty weird stuff that we're going to show you. And just so everybody knows from the audience, you can watch it on the monitor in the back or off of my laptop over there. Then we're going to have an incredible conversation with Mario G. Cesario. I still don't know what that G stands for.
It's for gorgeous.
And he really wanted that G.
Gorgeous, right, Mario?
He really wanted that G in his name, so we redid the poster to put his G in there. I had forgotten about it, but that is his email address. It also says Mario G. Cesario. So anyway, but he's going to talk about the entrepreneurial spirit, and there's nobody I know more that imbibes the entrepreneurial spirit than Mario. That's going to be a really great conversation. We have an audience participation today, and that's called by a show of hands, where we're going to have you vote on controversial products in your home and things that cause, rifts within families, I think, that are a lot of fun. Then we've given out some tickets, so whoever ticket gets drawn tonight, they become the instant random guest with Paul and I. You get to come up here for 5 minutes and we talk and have a great conversation.
Now, is that, we're going to grill them or we're going to ask them good questions?
We could grill them and they may grill us. You never know.
Yeah, that's true.
And I grilled dinner last night. Did you like that?
Yeah.
So I made flank steak last night on the grill. It was very good, and I put mustard on it and a rub, Kinder's rub, incredible. And then we'll close, and that's pretty much it. So we're gonna jump into 10 thingies again. So let's get into 10 thingies. If you want to follow along in the studio audience, you can follow on the monitor up there, and you have 10 thingies right there.
Before you get to Roberts.
Yes. Okay.
That's the
Absolutely. Let me see what's before it. Just show me in the deck. It's all the way in the back, the last one. I just want to see one thing. Okay, go back. Okay, good. All right.
Oh,
so,
wait, it's hold. It's
Yep.
that one.
Yep.
Okay.
So we are going to do 10 thingies. So these are 10 thingies that they're weird items that are actually for sale on Amazon. And I wanted to just give a little bit of a production note here. Paul and I had about a 4-hour Zoom call one day to discuss this. Like, should we have numbers on the 10 thingies or not? And Paul and I, after 4 hours of debating back and forth on an incredible Zoom call, came to the conclusion that we don't need to put numbers to 10 thingies, that randommies are smart enough to know that we're showing 10 thingies. So there's no numbers put to these tonight, just categories. That was a great call, right? 4 hours worth
It
of
was,
Zoom.
but we spent about 15 minutes on this and 3 hours and 45 minutes on total BS.
That was an incredible Zoom call. So we're
Yes.
going to get started with 10 thingies. So these are things that you can actually purchase on Amazon, and the first category is weird food items on Amazon. So the first one, you can actually buy dried out scorpions. And I'm like, what purpose would this be? Like, why would you? And they make it like it's a whole fun-filled family snack. Give it to the kids. You're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go hand in my 7-year-old child a bag of scorpions that have been dried out. And I was like, is there any nutritional value in this? And it's basically proteins and some fats that are necessary in the
That's
body.
effing disgusting.
So yeah, I mean, would you ever buy that, Paulie?
No, what if the stinger's there?
Yeah, I know. Like, what if that stung your mouth and then you're in the emergency room, right? What would you do? That's kind of gross,
Well,
right?
it's not just what you did, it's how you're going to explain what you did.
Yeah, I ate a bag of scorpions, Doc. Well, where did you get those? Oh, I got them on that Amazon thingy. Anyway, so that's the first one. The next one is some outrageous flavored beverages. And there's like, it's like disgusting, like mustard flavored soda and bacon soda, although you might like that. Sweet corn. What are some other ones? Pickle soda.
Pumpkin.
Ew, like who would buy this? So it's Lester's Fixin's outrageous and unique flavored soda. Yummy. I would definitely like to have that. And now these are some weird gift items that are for sale on Amazon. The first one is the inflatable, mini, wacky, waving inflatable
I
tube
see
gun.
that. I see this.
I actually bought one so that we have one for the show, and I forgot to put it together. So I actually bought one of these thingies. It's a green one.
Well, Barbara, you can put that in front of your house.
Yeah. But we'll have that for future shows. But I did get that. That
You put
actually
it out front with the Random Acts podcast thing on it.
Yeah, that's a great idea. We will do that. I love on Sunny in Philly when they say D looks like that thing. It was so funny. Anyway, oh yeah, oh God, yeah, honey, you know, nothing says I love you like a pair of socks. No, honey, I didn't get you flowers this year. I got you magnetic socks that hold hands instead. Aren't these lovely? Doesn't that simply say I love you? What do you think, Polly? Would that fly?
I think she's going to look for another boyfriend.
I think so.
Or a boyfriend.
Hey, boyfriend, yeah. If you're giving her like magnetic hand-holding socks, nothing says I love you.
They don't
like
even
that.
do anything.
No, they don't do anything. They just
stick it in the refrigerator.
and like they're selling it as like a Valentine's Day type product. I was really surprised by
there are all
that.
kinds of relationships, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess if you're looking for some socks, you know what I mean. And what lady wouldn't want this? A rubber chicken purse. I mean, absolutely, you would like. No, that would become one of those become a status symbol. I have a rubber chicken purse. What do you
Yeah,
think?
it's up there with getting a Louis Vuitton purse.
Yeah, right. Yeah, maybe they're selling these on the streets of New York, Barb. I bet there's knockoff rubber chicken purses in New York.
Question is, what comes inside?
I think it might be rubber checks that come inside. Good question. What do you think?
I think we should go to the next one.
Oh, God, who doesn't need a President Trump chia pet? Oh, God, yes. Look at his hair. And not to be outdone by George Washington, Abe Lincoln, and, of course, the Statue of Liberty has some chia pet hair. That's really amazing. Nothing says, here you go, son. Have a chia pet than a dead president chia pet hair thingy. Well, not the current president. I don't think he's dead yet. So anyway.
No, he's not.
No. And then the next one. So these are weird bathroom items that are for sale on Amazon. Of course, Paul and I always have to go to the bathroom on jokes. So anyway.
Don't we all?
Yeah.
Doesn't everyone have to go to the bathroom?
Well, yeah, but I mean, we always, kind of live in the bathroom on our humor. So I threw this one in for you. It's a toothpaste that's saying toothbrush that's saying I hate my job, and the toilet paper saying, oh, please. So that could be a sign you can hang in your bathroom.
The next one is,
Yeah.
before you get...
No, not yet. Not yet. We're not there
No,
yet.
no. I know.
No, we got two more.
I mean, can you imagine if this was like 20 grit sandpaper?
Yeah, I know. Like Roto Wipe, right? Like, okay, sit down. This is
It's
gonna.
like the old-fashioned bidet.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of medieval, right? It's a little medieval. Like that's like gonna bore another hole back there, kind of thing. That might be like the hole they're boring over to New York. Kind of thing. That would really hurt, don't you think, if you sat down on that thing?
I would imagine.
That would probably smell over time.
Kind of like buying Costco toilet paper.
Yeah,
That stuff,
exactly. Yeah, absolutely.
that stuff is harsh.
And then, oops, I need some emergency underpants. Like, everybody needs that. And I guess that's if you didn't use the other thing. You got to have some emergency underpants.
Now, the next one.
No, not yet. Hold on. We got to show what the underpants look like. This is what they come in. Here's the underpants. They are like shrink wrapped into a thing and like, okay, I'm going to put this in my pocket so I have some emergency underpants.
But you know what the thing is, if you have these underpants, you need new underpants. I'm guessing you've already wet your pants as well.
Yeah, or you might have done something
Maybe you
swirly.
should sell emergency jeans along with it.
Yeah, they should. Anyway,
Okay, this next one
coming up. Robert,
This is you.
this is you.
This is a gift you will buy. I get it, Nicole. You're gonna laugh because you know I'm right. Okay, here it is.
Okay, you guys ready? Cat butt tissue holder. Everybody needs that. God. Hey, honey, give me some tissue out of the cat's butt.
Am I wrong?
But if you don't like that kind of cat, there's this kind of cat. You can have it in that cat butt
I think you should
holder.
make it as you pull it out, it farts.
And then this cat looks like he's assuming the position. Kind of thingy. So there's another cat butt tissue holder. I think Bridget and my sister would like that as well. They're a cat.
So Nicole, whenever you're looking for a gift for Robert,
Yeah, there you go. And that is 10 thingies. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so we will be right back after a short break. We're going to bring up Mario G. Cesario. Thank you. Thank you for hanging in there, Randommies. One. Let's talk about that commercial. Remember?
How many licks does it take to get the center of the lollipop?
Of a Tootsie Roll Tootsie Pop,
One,
right? Two, a three. A three. And the guy was an owl, but he kind of sounded like Dracula or something. But anyway. Anyway, we are here with Mario G. Cesario. Mario is here this evening. Mario embodies entrepreneurial spirit like no one other I've ever met, honestly. He is unbelievable. And when I grow up, I want to be Mario for sure. No, Mario is a really good guy, very community-oriented with his philanthropy and everything. Philanthropy, I should say, as they say. He does a lot of great things for the community. He is also on the board of directors with me on the executive committee. I'm the president, and he is the vice president, and he is very vice presidential on the board. No, Mario does a great job. We've probably known each other almost 7 years now since we first opened up Minuteman, which is our anniversary is June 1st. So we opened up our location here in Westfield on South Avenue. So known Mario a long time. Like I said, really unbelievable entrepreneur with what he does in life and business. So we're going to jump in and we're going to talk to Mario. So, you know, what inspired you to launch your first business, and how did that grow into multiple businesses that you've had in life?
It's a big question to start with. That's 16 years of owning business. Actually, it's so funny because my first business also opened on June 1st. So we're about to go into year 16.
Oh,
we have
nice.
the same anniversary.
Oh, wow.
That's great.
That's right. I
Happy
think I
anniversary,
remember
yeah.
that on Facebook. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, it's crazy to just realize how fast time goes. And my first business was a martial arts studio. So I was practiced martial arts since I was a kid. And the beginning of how that happened, you know, was really just a a falling out that actually I had with my own instructor at that time, and I was 23 years old, I think, and it was the first time that I ever thought about trying something on my own, and just like taking a chance and seeing how it would go. And it went okay, right? I mean, it's like I said, we're going into year 16.
Yeah, I mean, it's a terrific business that you have over there in Cranford. It's really amazing. So,
yeah, awesome. Yeah, we work with hundreds of families pretty much at any given time. We've been involved in the community for a really long time. And it's something that I'm really passionate about, not just the business part, but mostly what we do. And I think that that's such an important part of any business that you would be involved in is, really enjoying what you do and feeling like you're able to make a difference.
And you definitely do. I mean, I know you enjoy it, and I know you love what you do. You're very passionate.
And
Go ahead,
the fact
Ollie.
that you run multiple businesses, how do you balance all that with everyday life, and how do you manage all those businesses simultaneously?
Yeah, so that's a great question. And, I think the success of any business is really going to just, be determined by your own personal success. So the more that you are able to take care of yourself and, focus on your own health and your own goals and, prioritizing yourself, the easier it becomes to manage everything else. But really, it's through just the team that I have, the group of people that are there with me, helping
Great
us
people.
to deliver
Really great
those.
people.
Yeah, they're amazing. You can only do so much by yourself, right? So if you have a great team of people around you that are just as committed to the goal of the business and, focused on serving the customers, that's the only way, that it would be possible, really. I'm not even that talented on my own. I'm not that good on my own, but
Oh no, I think
have
you
a great
are.
team
But
around me,
I
for
think
sure.
what you're smart on, at least what I see just on the exterior, is you seem to empower your employees, which is great.
Yeah.
They're running your businesses and helping you manage the process,
And
right?
there's a lot of trust involved with
There's
that.
a lot of trust, yeah. And a lot of people don't have that skill, and you
Yeah.
have an incredible gift and skill at doing that.
Thank you. I think that in the beginning, of growing the company and going to multiple locations and hiring more people, at some point, my priority shifted from focusing on just what we were doing in the business versus now focusing on the team and the employees. What are their goals? What are things that are important to them? And it's ultimately trying to really build the right type of culture, which is challenging, right? Because people can be challenging and everyone has different wants, needs, and personality types. So how do you create that culture where people want to do the work and not just show up to a job? And that's not easy, but I think it's a really important part of what our recipe is for success.
And because you and I work a lot together, I see, the folks that you work with and the team that you've built, and they're really incredible.
Yeah.
And they really do love what they do. And Mario really does love what he does, right? At
Yeah.
least from what I can see from the exterior and knowing you.
It's in the interior too, I promise.
Yeah. Oh, no, I know. No, I know it is. No, I'm just saying, just
Yeah.
externally what I see. I'm very impressed by everything you've done.
Thank you.
And just love the entrepreneurial spirit because, until I got into Minuteman and, I was in corporate America for my whole career, I realized I had an entrepreneur trapped in a corporate America world. And I myself love being an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And love seeing folks like you who I can mirror and emulate.
And I've talked to so many people over the years that feel the same way, right? Like sometimes people love their jobs, and that's great. And I'm happy for those people. But even with that, there's still a lot of people that have ideas, get inspired by something. They want to start a business. They want to pursue other things that they're passionate about. And fortunately for me, I started when I was really young, and I think I was really just so naive to all the things that could have gone wrong. that had I been aware of like what was on this road, I probably would have been a lot more scared and a lot more reserved. And I think the older that we get and the more responsibilities that we have,
True.
it's harder to kind of make that leap and make that jump. But I know many people that have and that do and never regret it. And, you know, I'm glad I started when I was younger and just had no idea what I was doing. And it's probably what allowed me to like move down that road a little faster because
That's what leads me into my next question. What, with all these businesses and you've been doing for so long, what risks did you take that paid off, and what risks did you take that did not pay off?
Yeah, so many. I think again, like just not really being scared helped a lot. And it's not that I wasn't scared in terms of failing. It's just that I didn't even know like I didn't really think about what the worst case scenario was. It's always like, if I have an idea, what are the steps to get there? And then just start focusing on those steps little by little, and then dealing with everything that comes along. You know, at one point I was running 5 different companies, and I feel like
Wow. Wow.
I feel like my
And
job.
you are truly running 5 different companies.
And I felt like my job was like just putting out fires every day, right? And that's really what it became about. And that wasn't fun, you know, like
Yeah.
dealing with all the things that come up with customers and employees and, you know, just the logistics of everything. It wasn't really great, but I would say the biggest payoff was as we were scaling up, really structuring the businesses in a way where we were focused really more on systems and documenting things and really trying to create like a congruent experience across the board. That really changed a lot for us because we were able to become much more efficient, help more people with, you know, less time and it cost us less money to do that. And then I think also the biggest payoff was investing in myself to learn how to be better. I didn't go to school for business. I actually didn't go to school at all.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
Wow.
I didn't go to college.
School of hard knocks.
Yeah, and you know, it was something like I knew I didn't want to do, but my parents were pretty understanding, and they were like, "Well, what's your plan?" And I'm like, "I'm gonna try this for 6 months and see how it goes." And you know, that's when you realize how much you don't know. So then focusing on like, how do I get better? Because everyone's only going to be as good as me, right? If you're an 8, no one that's a 9 or a 10 is going to stick around. If you're a 6, you're not going to attract people that are 7, 8s, and 9s, right? So focusing on how do I get better really was a big
and just knowing you, because we work together on the board of directors together and we're on the executive team, so we see all the financials before we disclose, you know, before we talk about it with the board of directors. Mario has incredible insight and questions into the financials. Like I am not, that's not where my brain goes. I'm more on the creative side of life and marketing. Mario is very focused on that side, and like I'm always waiting for what question is Mario going to ask that will be incredible, and they're always incredible, and it's not something that I would think of. So that's really like kudos to you.
Thank
that you know that you've educated yourself in this world in that fashion. And you've taken the energy to do that on your own, and that's really just incredible. And that's what an entrepreneur is, right?
Yeah,
Could be Thomas Edison, right? It could be these guys from the 1800s that did all these things. Hey, and look at Bill Gates. He didn't graduate college, right? Who cares?
I remember watching an episode of like Shark Tank, which is one of my favorite shows. And Mr. Wonderful, Kevin,
Yeah, Mr.
he
Wonderful.
was asking one of these entrepreneurs about their business, and ultimately he's like, how much money are you making? And they were not making any money. So he was like, well, basically then you just have a hobby, not a business. And I remember that really stuck with me because at that point we weren't making money either. And I remember how much effort and time and like just so much happening to like really start getting these things off the ground. And that statement really struck me because I didn't feel like it was fair for the amount of effort we were putting out and what we were getting back, which is like business 101, right? Like, especially in the beginning, you're bootstrapping it, you're working hard, and you got to really, go through that process. So we really started changing things from there, and numbers are a big part of that. Most people get into business because they want more money or freedom of time, and those are all great things, but you sacrifice a lot of those things in order to get it
Sure,
down the road.
You do. I mean, the benefit that I have is I work with my family, right? So that does give me more time to spend with my family.
Yeah.
Even though that's in a business.
Right.
I see Seamus and Bridget now. Obviously, I see Barb too every day, and Anne's periodically in and out of the shop. When we're working on things. So
Yeah. You give
It's
up
really
40
a blessing.
hours to work 80, which is
it's true.
Great.
I mean, you and I, man, we are always networking. It's like we're always out and about. So, sorry, Paul, go ahead.
No, I'm saying it's nice because you actually enjoy spending time with your family, so it's not a problem.
Oh, yeah. And Seamus and I are just so complimentary of each other. What we do. He's operational and production, and I'm business development and marketing. And then we have Bridget, and she's kind of a hybrid of both of us. She works on both of our ends of what we do, and she's really been an incredible add to the team. So we have a very cool 3-piece band like Green Day of printing kind of thing. We'll all fight for who becomes Billy Joe, but whatever. Anyway, so Paulie, one last thing, and then we'll wrap it up with Mario, because this has been an incredible conversation.
I'm okay. I mean, I was just. What advice would you give people? I mean, that's, and I know that can be a really long-winded question.
Yeah.
Or answer, depending on
or answer.
Depending on who's answering.
And for someone that wants to start a business, I mean, do you have, or maybe you've had this, have you had discussion with youngsters that aren't sure what route they want to take? They want to go to college, but they don't know what they want to study, or do they want to go into business and forgo college because that's where they think the interest and the money lie?
Mm-hmm. Well, to answer your first question, I think the best piece of advice that I've given to many people over the years, whether you're brand new or like more seasoned, is, and I'll make it as concise as possible. Done is better than perfect, right? And I think that a lot of times we take our time and overthink and paralyze ourselves to try and figure out like the perfect formula on how to do something. And I think real progress and real success comes with just
try and error.
Yeah, not being afraid to fail.
Get it to 85% and roll with it, and then just do a rolling change as you go, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I completely agree. That's great advice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because people do, they get paralyzed by, what is it? Analysis
paralysis by analysis.
I'm having a hard time saying this.
Exactly. Yeah, no.
Yeah, you're not.
Absolutely right.
You're not speaking well now.
Yeah, no, I'm okay. I'm pretty lucid. We're just having a highbrow conversation, so I'm a little scared about it. I'm only kidding. So anyway, Mario Cesario, thank you so much for being on the show. And this is a book that my niece Katina, Barb and my niece Katina, on Barb's side of the family, she is brilliant. She is a professor at the University of Arizona, leading for wellness, and I'm giving Mario a copy of Katina's book.
Thank you.
So I want to thank you for being on the show.
Thank you, Mario.
And
nice.
Thank you.
We really appreciate it, and you were awesome, as I figured. And we'll be right back, and we're going to have an audience participation, so please be in your seats, because we need you to participate, audience.
Hey, Mario.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
I'm ready now.
Okay, Paul's ready now. Okay, so this is the audience participation part of the show. And this is a new segment we're calling by a show of hands. Again, you can watch the monitor here in the studio audience for by a show of hands. So we're going to need you guys to raise hands on some controversial topics in the household.
Really controversial.
Really controversial. These stir lots of little spats among members of the family. Anyway. And you know, we are so scientific on this show, and we do love accuracy. This is an audience participation survey game, again, called By a Show of Hands. You know, we don't have any mother-in-law research around here on this show. No, no, no. We go directly to the people and use unequivocal, proven facts of what our audience does and does not like. Very scientific methods utilizing the most up-to-date means for conducting our consumer surveys. Hey, you know, maybe we could sell this information to P&G, you know, Procter & Gamble. What do you think about that, Paul?
Keep reading.
Okay, I think Procter & Gamble might like this. What do you think? Well, there's some of their products are in here, so, you know they might want some
I think
of
we
our...
have more luck selling
They might
that.
want some of our consumer, empirical data research.
I think we may have more luck selling that that cat toilet paper thing.
The butt tissue holder.
Butt tissue holder.
The cat butt tissue holder. Who doesn't need one of those?
You should be able to pull it and let it fart.
Yeah, right. Yeah, give it. Okay. Anyway, so how this works, folks, is we will show you various images and we'll say, do you like this or do you like this? Like, when you go to the eye doctor and the eye doctor does that thing with the thingy, is this clear or this? And I'm like, I have no freaking idea. I think number 2, but number 1 looks clear too, and you go back and forth and you're like,
when you're trying to pick people out of the lineup.
I don't think they do this anymore, but like when you get hearing tests and you have to raise your hand, it's kind of like that. Is the sound in this ear or is the sound in this ear? And I don't think they do hearing tests that way anymore. But anyway.
Remember the eye test when they put the thing over your eye with the...
I get the eye tests all the time.
Do they still do that with they cover the eye?
They do. They cover the eye. And in fact, they even have little dots that you look through that help you see better through.
You know what I did once in elementary school? I walked up to the eye chart and I read the bottom line. So I put the thing on there and she had to read the bottom line. And I said, made in Chicago, Illinois.
That's hysterical. Wow. So then we're going to show you this item and then this item, and then we'll show both on one screen, and then we're going to ask you to vote. Do you like this item? Raise your hand. Do you like this item? Raise your hand.
And there are no prizes. So.
There's no prize. Well, maybe we'll give away a book. So basically, we're asking you to give your opinion in a very scientific methodology by a show of hands. Now, are you ready to vote? Let's roll. Okay, by a show of hands. So the first topic are, of course, bathroom-related and home-related surveys that we're going to conduct here. Very scientific. So, number 1, do you prefer body wash or do you prefer bar soap? This definitely takes place in my household. So we're going to ask the people who like body wash, raise your hands, and we're capturing it on the other monitor. So we have 1, 2, 3 people, 4 people. So remember, we have 4 people that like body wash. And then how many people prefer bar soap? Wow, that's a resounding number of people, like 5 or 6 people. So body soap definitely wins in this group. And we're going to move on to the next category. See how scientific this is? And I think this is information we could sell to Procter & Gamble. And by the way, I still use the same. I use body bar soap.
I heard you don't use either.
Oh no, I take 2 showers a day. No, you didn't know. You can never say that about me. And I still use Dial soap from when I was a child.
Not Irish Spring?
No, God, that stuff like rips your skin off. Do I need to shower? Yeah, man, you smell like a sewer. And then, the guy...
Kid, I used that accidentally. I was taking a shower and used lava soap.
You used lava? Jesus, did that burn your skin off?
Oh, well, I realized it really did it.
Oh my God, it is like lava. But
That was made with real lava.
but Barb definitely likes the body wash, and I definitely like the bar soap. And luckily, we have our own shower.
I'm a bar soap person.
Yeah, I'm a bar soap person. So, next one. Do you like an analog clock, or do you like Roman numeral clock? Which clock do you prefer? Analog on the left, so we're going to raise our hands for that. We have, oh wow, we have a lot of people that like the analog. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we're capturing all this on that other video screen over there, which is really important. And then how many of us like Roman numerals? I like Roman numerals, actually. I prefer them. Wow, I'm really surprised. So the analog wins. Do you have a preference?
You know what Roman numerals I like?
What Roman numerals?
52 and 57.
Oh, they are really good ones. That's right. They are the Super Bowl wins for our Philadelphia Eagles.
That's right.
Fly, Eagle, fly. Somehow you could always bring it back to Eagles.
They can always.
That's really amazing how you do that.
Always can.
So anyway, on to, this is another one. This is a big controversy in my house. Do you like the faucet on full in the kitchen? This one's more in the kitchen, like, do you like it on full? Or do you like it on spray, like this? So I'm going to show both. So you got the full one and you got the spray one. And this is what actually prompted me to come up with this whole segment, was this slide.
Is this really a discussion
What?
at home, your house?
Oh my God, yeah. Barb and I get like, we
Barb,
get
which one
into,
do you like? Well, I guess like everyone is man.
Full.
she likes full, yeah.
Full.
Believe it or not. And I like spray. So let's vote. Who likes full? Who likes full? Wow, a lot of people like full. I got to give it to you, Barb. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or so people. 7. Is your hand up over there? I think she's cheating over there. I don't know if your hand's up or not. Oh, okay.
It was up.
Okay, and then how much of us like spray? I like spray. Who likes spray? Oh wow, one. Just one? Really? One other person? I like spray. And so this starts because when I barbecue, each night I use a vegetable barbecue tray, right, on the thing. So I bring it in with an oven mitt and put it in the sink, and then I put it on spray to cool it down. I'm trying to cool it down fast. And Barb's like, no, you should have it on full. And she puts it on full to wash
Whenever
it
I put
off.
it on full, I soak myself.
You soak yourself on full. Well, Barb says she soaks herself when I put it on the spray nozzle. So, anyway. Well, we've solved that one, Barb. You win.
No, the next
People
one.
clearly like that one,
The
so
next,
I'll give it
the
to
next
you.
one.
We'll make anything.
The next one is well important.
Yeah.
We've had this discussion ad nauseum.
Yes, we have. I think
Here with our favorite guest.
Yes.
One of our favorite guests, Toilet Paper Bob.
Yes. With the pink toilet paper here. The remnant of Bob. That doesn't sound very good.
No, it does not.
No, it does not sound good. But anyway, do you like it to roll over? This is a really controversial one. Or do you like it to roll under? So roll over, roll under. This has become like an entire 6 series, set that we have discussed ad nauseum, like Paul said, about this topic. So, how many of us like the toilet paper to roll over? Wow, look at this. It's everybody pretty much. Anybody like to roll under? No. Oh, wow, we have trained people, Paul. I am so proud of us. Roll over is the way to go. TP Bob would be so proud. He'd be so proud. So proud. He'd be really proud.
I'd be proud of
You know, with the Kmart rag. I'm on my Kmart rag.
That guy is so annoying.
TP Bob horrified about 4 people on the last show. They got up and left during the middle of the segment. But I think they were the magician people anyway.
They were.
Anyway.
We made them disappear.
Yeah, he made them disappear. So that's a pretty controversial one. This is another one. And I want to tell you, there's actually 3 positions the toilet can be in. So it can be fully up. It can be half down, so back up, half down.
That's fully down, isn't it?
And then it can be fully down with the
Oh, with
lid
the lid.
closed.
The lid.
So this one actually has 3 voting segments to it. This is very scientific. So do you like it fully up, fully closed, or midway?
Isn't that a gender kind of preference?
Yeah, I think so. It probably will be gender driven, so we'll see
Or actually,
we'll see how people vote.
Actually, or what you're doing.
Yeah, true.
I mean,
well, this is post poop. Like this is whatever.
If you're taking a dump, you need to see.
Well, yeah.
You're gonna fall in.
No, this is assuming you've already gone, or like this is how you want to leave your toilet seat when guests are coming over. You know, how do you want your guests to see your toilet? Okay, so. How many people like the seat fully up all the time? Raise your hand.
That's gross.
Wow, nobody. Wow.
It's
not even the gentlemen like that. All right. So they are truly gentlemen. How about halfway? So toilet seat back up, toilet seat down. I'm with that one. I like the middle one. Because I like to see what's going on in my toilet. I want to make sure there's no floaters or anything going on weird, or that damn Tidy Bowl man didn't stop by again.
Well, make sure you flush it properly.
Did you ever have the Tidy Bowl man stop by?
I never did.
Really?
Never had that boat in there.
He said that he said that you have a big butt and that your hair's always messed up. Anyway, think about that one.
I'm done thinking about that.
That's an old joke. I met a guy who said your hair is always messed up and you have a big butt. The Tiny Bowl man. Anyway, or do you like the seat fully down? I think this is going to be the clear winner. So we have, oh yeah, that is clearly the winner. You see the scientific, surveys we have going on here today. This is such important stuff that we should sell it directly to Procter & Gamble. So now the final is food-related surveys. This is a fun one. This was prompted by my brother-in-law, Michael Cassidy, who absolutely loves Oreo cookies.
Now, is Michael, how's he eat the Oreos?
I think he eats them the second way. So,
okay.
Do you just bite your Oreo cookie? Do you eat the center first? So we're gonna, do you just bite it or do you eat the center first? I think Michael is a number 2 on this one, Barb. What do you think? I'll have to let him know. We took an important survey for him because he loves this and cookies and milk.
I think you're missing a third picture up there.
What's the third one?
Dipping them in milk.
Oh, dipping them in milk. Well, that's definitely what he does. Okay, so who just bites their Oreo cookie? Okay, wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people or so. And who eats the cream first? I definitely would eat the cream first, and that's only 4 of us. Wow. People just bite the Oreo cookie. They just like it that much. Well, I'll have to let Michael know that we took the survey for him, because I think he likes the cream first. What do you think?
I don't know.
You just like to chew it?
I like to, depends on the mood. I've done both.
Okay, this is a big one. Do you like Coke or Pepsi? Coke or Pepsi? I think it depends on where you are in the country on this one, actually. Because if you're in Atlanta, you're probably going to like Coke because that's where they're based, right? But how many people like Coke? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Most of the room, I think. And then Pepsi. Who prefers Pepsi? Oh, we have some Pepsi lovers, too. But Coke is the clear winner here. I vote for Coke, too. In fact, Barb and I, when we run out of Diet Coke, it's like running out of milk in our household. We're out of Diet Coke. Ah!
And the last...
It's like that Scream thing.
The last one is New Jersey, very controversial.
Yeah, this is the most controversial of all. This starts family feuds, like Hatfields and McCoys kind of stuff. Is it Taylor ham? You knew I was going there, right, Mario? Is it Taylor ham or is it pork roll? Who likes to call it Taylor ham? I like to call it Taylor ham. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of us like to call it Taylor ham. Who likes, 7, did you say?
7, yeah.
7. Paul even, wow. I thought you were going to be a pork roll.
Yeah.
And who likes to call it pork roll? I think Bridget voted twice.
Well, Bridget likes both.
So Barb and Bridget, I think, are the two.
Philly in the house.
So it's basically whether you're from northern Jersey, I think you call it Taylor ham, and whether you're from southern Jersey or Philadelphia, it's pork rolls. And it just so happened that Taylor ham, I tried it here first in northern Jersey, so that's why I call it Taylor ham. I don't call it pork roll, and I don't like the term pork roll for whatever reason. So that's been our survey. Thank you for participating in by a show of hands. I'm calling Procter & Gamble during the break. Anyway, we'll be right back.
They're closed.
Yeah, they're closed. Hello, Mr. Gamble. Can I talk to Mr. Proctor? Anyway, we're going to pick our random guest, and we will be right back. Thank you. Okay, we are back. Okay, hey everybody. Thanks for coming back. We do appreciate that. And now we are going to pick our random instant guest. So if your number gets chosen, you come up here and talk to Paul and I for a couple minutes. Jonathan! We've been wanting to have Jonathan on. Anyway. Come on down. Well, Paul, you obviously know a lot about our guest here, Jonathan.
Nice.
So, Jonathan, what do you do? Yeah, come on in. Yeah. No, you have a really cool job. Jonathan does. Yeah, you and I can share the mic.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Tell us what you do.
Yeah, so I'm an associate producer at ESPN up in Connecticut. So here for the day, checking out the podcast, but working on live sporting events, producing graphics. So if you're watching a baseball, hockey, NBA game on TV, you know, I'm putting all the facts up on the screen for you, all the words and things of that nature.
I told you had a really cool job at ESPN. That's really cool stuff that you do. I know this is kind of minor league here. This is like a minor league ballpark.
Well, you guys got a great setup here.
With the setup, but yeah, it's fun. You know, and I have raised the level of the equipment over time. Because the original microphones were not strong enough for this room. Because these randommies were too rambunctious, and we couldn't hear over
and I'm
them.
sure your co-host doesn't really help out with that.
No,
either,
no, he doesn't. Yeah,
I do not.
He doesn't help me at all. He doesn't do anything.
But I do ask, and he says no.
What's that?
I always ask to help you, and you say no.
No, I'm only kidding you. You
I know.
totally help me, and you're great at comments.
I know.
I love your comments.
Thank you.
You're funny.
So what was it like?
I don't know if Jonathan thinks so, but
Acquired taste.
yeah, acquired taste.
Your dad's an acquired taste?
Your father has grown on me like a fungus.
And that's not a good thing.
No. Go ahead, Paul.
Well, what am I going to say? He's my son. I know everything about him. You go
Oh, I
ahead.
thought you were going to ask him something. The way you got all anxious to take the microphone.
No, you got the mic.
So, you're working on some cool projects this summer, I understand. And one of the places Barb and I have been to, Wimbledon. That's really amazing.
It was in U.S. Open.
What's that?
The U.S. Open is this year.
Oh, it's the U.S. Open?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were doing.
But yeah.
I thought you were doing Wimbledon.
Yeah,
this
no,
year.
it's cool. So I'm headed to Phoenix in a few weeks for the MLB Draft Combine. Then
Okay.
Headed to Atlanta for the draft, and then after that to New York for the U.S. Open, and that would be a cool experience.
Oh, the U.S. Open.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that'll be a little over 2.5 weeks just on site.
That's
so
awesome.
It'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah. I've been to that too.
Yeah,
Actually.
I've heard it's a really cool atmosphere.
Yeah, and Wimbledon really is a cool atmosphere if
Yeah.
you haven't been there.
Yeah, that's a bucket list item for
Yeah,
sure.
that is the most pristine place I have ever been.
I can imagine.
It is so unbelievable. Go ahead, Paul. What do you want to ask?
So who's your favorite brother?
Who's your favorite?
Oh, wait, actually, you know what?
Should we do by a show of hands? Which brother do you like better?
Now, what we have in our household, Robert is here as well. My other son, Sam, is not.
By a show of hands, which son do you like better?
We have
All three, of course.
a unique situation. Jonathan, Robert, and Sam are triplets.
There's 3 of them.
There's 3 of them. And
Do you guys reside from the planet Triple?
it was just a pleasure raising those 3 young men into what they've become today.
Oh, they're
And
very
they're-
respectful young
They're
men.
really, really good kids, and we're both very proud of you guys.
Great question.
And
Great question. Is this what you're like, producer? Is this what you say
No,
into
well,
the,
I mean-
the Air Talents microphone? What the hell are you talking
okay,
about?
Jonathan, what made you, out of all the colleges you applied to, what made you pick Quinnipiac?
I was trying to save you as much money as possible, so that was a thought process in there. No, I was just looking for a school that specialized in sports journalism, and I always thought I was going to go to a Big Ten school, an SEC school, something that was really big in sports culture and that type of atmosphere. And then we got a brochure in the mail from Quinnipiac in Connecticut, and Mom forced me to go up and take a visit. And then when I took a visit, I kind of knew I was set there with the program they had and everything, and it's been a big help in leading me to where I am.
Can you talk to them for me about our big survey that we just did and ask Quinnipiac if they'll use it for part of their
for their
survey? Yeah, for their poll.
They can take a break from the presidential
they could.
stuff.
Yeah, they could
Sketch
just
toilet
do
paper
by a
Bob in
show of
there.
hands. Get TP Bob in there. I think they could really use this consumer information for their poll.
Yeah, I buy it.
Quinnipiac poll.
It's like, hey, do you guys leave the toilet seat up or down? So
It's important stuff that
Yeah.
Americans want to know.
I don't even know in your bathroom if the toilet paper is under or over.
yeah.
I'm just lucky to have it in there, right? Now, were you ever part of the poll? Did you ever participate in any of it?
I didn't personally, but I had a lot of friends that would do their student work hours on the polls. So they would you'd sit in a cubicle from a 9 to 5, and then you just call, write down the answer to the survey, and then that's how they would get it. But
That's really
yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
Do they pay you for that?
yeah, it's a work study job, so
What
you make a few bucks an hour.
What a great marketing tool for a university to do that, right? I mean, that's got to be one of the most famous polls in the U.S.
Yeah, a lot of political science majors
Lot
are
of-
at Quinnipiac for that
Yeah, I would
reason.
think so.
Yeah.
So what other cool stuff have you done or working on at ESPN over there?
A lot of cool stuff. I've worked on the Super Bowl. I've worked on
just
the
a
national
small
championship
game.
Yeah.
Just
So I've done
small
some cool
stuff.
stuff
Yeah.
with my time on SportsCenter. So
Go Birds.
go Birds, exactly.
Do
There
you
we go.
specialize in hockey mainly, or?
Yeah. So my current job right now, I'm working on hockey. So I work on basically, now it's the playoffs, so the days are all different. But during the season, I worked on our ABC Saturday
You
broadcast.
see how proud your father is of you. I actually know stuff because he
Yeah.
actually tells me stuff.
Yeah, you listen. So that
Yeah, and I
works.
actually listen.
Yeah.
That's how much I'm impressed by you and him.
appreciate that. Well, him is a stretch.
Yeah. We're not sure about Paul.
Yeah.
By a show of hands, who likes Paul? Whoa, nobody raised their hands. Uh-oh.
That's all right. I'm used to that.
Should we do another poll?
And
There could have been a hanging Chad on that one. So
while you've been in ESPN, what kind of what accolades have you received?
I have received a few Sports Emmy Awards for my work on SportsCenter, which is
incredible.
Thank you.
For such a young man, that's really incredible.
Yeah.
What have you done, Paul? Taking
I
the
just
Molar
fixed, I
Express.
just fixed teeth.
You just take the Molar
And people
Express.
spit at me all day. I don't know.
People spit at you. You can't understand half the stuff they're saying.
Oh no, I can. I speak
Oh.
fluent dental.
Oh, you
You
do?
probably ask them a lot of questions while you have things in their mouth.
I do.
People love that.
Do you have like a Rosetta Stone of dentistry?
No, I don't have it, but I do have Cliff Notes.
Oh, Cliff Notes.
So
What other? Go ahead, Paul. I'm
No,
sorry.
no, go ahead.
Well, he's your son. Ask him stuff. Yeah, he's cool.
Do you guys usually do one guest or do you rotate through? How does this segment usually work?
We just do one random guest
Yeah.
per episode, and
Okay.
you were it. Yeah.
Yeah.
The last one we had was Keith Menino, and he is friends with Lenny Kravitz.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
We were good friends with Keith. In fact, he was at my shop today
Oh, so
working on
so you're
stuff.
just asking him who his friend is, basically.
No, I know
Tell me
his
about your
friend.
friend.
No, I knew his friend was Lenny Kravitz.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
And he showed us how Frank Carvel makes ice cream.
Oh, wow. That's a fun.
That's a whole other.
Yeah.
That has a whole other explanation to it. I'd have to.
I believe it.
That gets a little
That's for another
graphic.
episode.
It floored Paul and I gotta say. We were in
so
hysterics.
What are your What is your in ESPN? What is your future? What are you looking forward to doing there? Do you have any? Oh, I'm sorry. I mean to interrupt you. Interrupt myself. You had mentioned all the things when you won the Emmys. Tell us about, which I thought was really cool, what you did to the Spurs-Knicks game on Christmas Day.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, so I worked on an alternate telecast. So while the actual game was going on ESPN2, we had everyone animated as Disney characters. So it was, Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns were playing with Daffy Duck or Donald Duck and Mickey Mouse. And
Who
Minnie
won?
Mouse. I don't even remember. I can't
Daffy?
even tell you.
Slam the contest
Yeah.
was funny.
Was Foghorn Leghorn there? Because he's pretty big.
Yeah, he was not there. We had to keep the.
He'd be like,
main Disney
that
six
boy's as
characters.
sharp as a bowling ball.
Foghorn Leghorn is Warner Brothers.
Foghorn
Yeah,
Le-
I think that's a different.
Oh, that's
franchise.
different? Oh, really?
Different franchise.
Oh, come
Yeah.
on. Oh, don't pull that one on me.
That was cool though. The whole idea is promoting.
I was just trying to
get
think
sports
of
to
big
younger
things,
audience. Yeah.
big things that might play.
Well, Goofy was the tallest one out
No,
there.
oh, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. I did watch it though. It was really cool.
Yeah, appreciate
Your
that.
father reached out to a group of us, and Proud Papa,
I'm
he's
sure.
like, watch this. And so I did. I switched over and watched
Yeah.
it for a little
You
while.
watched that instead of the actual game?
Yeah, I did.
Well, the target audience is,
Yeah. I-
9 to, or like 6 to 12-year-olds.
Well,
perfectly.
that's basically where I
Yeah.
am. I'm 6 to 12-year-olds.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly where I fit.
Yeah.
I'm still a 9-year-old.
But it's a cool mix because,
Well, you've seen the show. I mean, we're like, all
it's
we
pretty
talk about is
intellectual,
toilet
right?
humor.
Yeah.
Now, me and Jim and intellectual is not.
Yeah, no. No, we do. We actually do get pretty intellectual. We had Mario on. That raised
was-
the
that was a
level.
good
Of,
That raised the bar.
that raised the bar a little.
Hey, man. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. We really appreciate it. And again, our book by our niece, Katina Sawyer, Leading for Wellness, and we
we
want
go.
to give you a copy of
Thank
it.
you. Now I got a second book on the bookshelf.
Yeah,
so.
now you get something to read. When the toilet seat's up or down or whatever.
Exactly.
Anyway, thanks, Jonathan. We appreciate you coming on the show. You were awesome. That's really cool because we wanted to have Jonathan on anyway. We talk about cool stuff like that with ESPN. So we're just going to end the show here. That's our final segment. And we'd like to thank Mario G. Cesario for being here today. Even though we didn't learn what G means, we'll figure that out later. That was a great discussion on the entrepreneurial spirit, and thanks again for all the inspiration you give to everyone in our world out there, and especially me. So thank you. We'd like to thank our sponsors again, 16 Prospect. Their name is their address, or whatever. Their address is their name, however you want to say it. Paulie likes to call it our cheers, and it is. It is cheers, and God bless Norm.
Yeah.
I know when he walked through the pearly gates, they all went, Norm, when he walked through. Pretty sad to hear that news recently, but, it's really incredible food, incredible beverages, incredible people, atmosphere, music. It's very fun.
Very fun.
It's a lot of fun. Particularly love their pizza burger, and I love their linguine and clams. Kind of a eclectic menu. They have a really good charcuterie board and a good cheese board as well. So these guys are classically trained in France and at the CIA, so you should come check them out here at 16 Prospect in beautiful downtown Westfield. And Paul, what's the next one we want to talk about? Your
Florham Park Dental Excellence.
excellent.
We, as Jim had said earlier, we just remodeled the entire office. So a lot of modern technology.
Modern technology.
A lot of technology to
Technology.
treat take care of our patients' dental issues significantly more effectively.
And you can visit them at FlorhamParkDental.com. That's FlorhamParkDental.com for more information. And Minuteman Press of Clark with me, myself, and Bridget here today, and Seamus, and Barb, and Ange, and everybody. So we are your branding and printing partners over in Clark. We're celebrating 7 years in business on June 1st. pretty amazing. Seamus and I opened our door, not doors, because we only had a single door at our original location. In fact, we only have a single door at this location. Anyway, everything that's created on the set, whether it's the embroidery, whether it's the labels, the
Just everything, just everything.
Just everything.
The
Paul's
hat.
hat, Paul's glasses, his shirt, his underwear, everything. In fact, Paul's wearing those emergency underwears right now. He bought them on Amazon. He bought them on the break just in case, because you never know.
I did. They said they have a place right here. They sent them right to 16 Prospect.
And
They
then
picked them up.
he bought the cat butt toilet dispenser.
Oh, I know Robert's gonna buy that.
It's like, just in case, folks, just in case. Anyway, we're your branding and printing partners. Visit us at nj213.miniman.com, nj213.miniman.com, and to our fantastic Random S team, producer Ange Mooney, production and editing Bridget Hanlon, executive producer Seamus Mooney. And you can catch us now on YouTube and Spotify. And please follow us. We need to know how many randomies are really out there. And you have been following us, and we really do appreciate all the love and support out there in YouTube land. And for Paul and I, where we like to say, hey, randommies, always stay random-esque. It was very random meeting you. And now you're part of our lives, the Random family. Thank you very much. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for participating in our very scientific survey. Much appreciated. Have a great night. Get some beverages.
Have a topic you would like the Randomesque podcast to discuss randomly? Please email us at randomesque@gmail.com. That's RANDMESQUE@gmail.com. This has been the Randomesque podcast, produced by Moonrock LLC. And remember, always stay Randomesque.